Alright folks, my game's been crashing a lot lately, but thank goodness for the autosaves in Civilization 6. So we just switched around our policies a little bit, but it's not too different from what it was already. We have reduced unit maintenance cost, increased production towards naval units, and we switched over from... Wait, what the hell? Maneuver? Increased production towards ancient era cavalry. Why did I put that on? I guess we gotta start making horsemen now. I didn't realize that I was still using an ancient era policy for military tradition. I'm surprised that hasn't been upgraded from all the different technologies I've gotten. I don't get... well, that's really disappointing that I didn't read that policy card as well as I should have. I kind of just expected myself to have the modern era cavalry card equipped, but yeah, that's a misplay, but I'll get over it, and you should too. One thing that I have mentioned this once or twice before, but I usually play the early part of Civ, meaning anywhere between the ancient era and the Renaissance information era, and then I usually start a new game. So I'm in kind of uncharted territory right now, which means I am very likely to make dumb mistakes. But with that in mind, we've still got a lot of good stuff on. The main policy card that we need is Rationalism, which is still on, so we're still generating a lot of science per turn, and Professional Army, so we can start upgrading our units. We've got this Ancient Era Archer. We're going to make him into a machine gun. As well as our Hwacha. So we are soon... We've got 3 machine guns, a hell of a lot of infantry. This musketman right here is going to turn into an infantry in the next turn. All of our naval units can also get upgraded. The privateers are going to turn into submarines, and the frigates into battleships, the ironclads into destroyers. So we have a very well-rounded naval force, but our military is not nearly as strong. We're going to have a tough time dealing with walls because we only have one proper district strike in the form of our artillery. So if that goes down, the whole war grinds to a screeching halt. But I could potentially purchase another one, not particularly soon because I'd want to purchase an army, and those are very expensive, but there's still an opportunity for us. And finally, our knight is going to become a tank, and we get a tank corp because I used one of my old great generals to give him the extra promotion. So we've got a nice sizable force, and I'm gonna tell you what my plan is. First and foremost, we're gonna research totalitarianism so we can get the proper civic to increase production of our cavalry units, so our tanks, because we're going to continue pumping them out once the war starts, because I want to have reinforcements. I feel like it's vitally important for myself to have some kind of a backup. Now, we are going to send the spy that we just created to a new city. Let's just pick a random Macedonian city to mess with so I can steal more money from him. Whoops. There we go. Our current spies are gaining sources because they had pretty low chances to steal stuff, and I don't want them to die. I spent time making them, so I feel like it'll be a waste if they just die. And in our new cities that are pretty irrelevant, I'm just going to build more campus districts and send out some envoys to city-states that I think Macedon had under his control. And here we go. This spy is already done gaining his sources, and his siphoned funds has gone up to 90%. So we can do that. And I think this guy is done too. He has a promotion, which I could give him. What does he have? Siphoned funds is 2 levels more experienced. I'll take it. So in the next turn, he will start his mission. Now we've got just a little while longer before the Golden Age ends and we lose out on the special Golden Age war policy. No, Macedon, I don't care how many luxuries you give me, you can't have my books, especially not The Prince by Machiavelli. It's a very fitting book for a conqueror like myself. And it's very fitting that the Zulu want to trade the art of war for Romeo and Juliet, because he realizes that I'm a fighter, not a lover. Don't know if I said that already, but I accept. Is there anything left to promote? I think there was something left to promote that I missed. Here it is, the musketman. Promoted. And now everything is ready to go. So we're just going to continue marching. And it's going to be a quick victory. What we're going to do is go around and get all these weaker cities and then eventually close in on the capital. We don't really need to do this to Macedon, but I don't think I'm going to have the science victory in the bag because of the way the AI is blazing through some of these things. But if I am going to have even a fighting chance of succeeding, then I'm going to need more cities. And the only way I'm going to get more cities is through war. So we got to do what we got to do. How do you intend on growing your empire if you refuse to fight for your people? How ironic. I 100% plan on fighting for my people. And you are the person I'm going to fight, Alexander. How wonderful it is. The modern era ends in one turn, so we got to do it now. Declare war. Golden Age War. Essentially, the premise for this war type is we're awesome. Fuck you. Let's fight. So let's go ahead and do it. And of course, Macedon wants the battle. He's rubbing his chin, taking out his sword. And he does not realize the level of ass whooping that is going to come his way. Ooh boy, I'm excited. So again, our ground force is going to take several turns to get into position. Hopefully by the next turn, everybody should be grouped together sufficiently around the Great General that most of them are being affected by his increased movement, so this will hurry along just a little bit. Yeah, I think my entire ground force is going to be within the radius of the Great General in the next turn, so this should be nice. Now, for the destroyers, they're going to move in and start destroying. They're going to do as much as they can from a safe distance. If they got to get dirty, then they'll get dirty. That's what they're here for. Same goes for the submarines. The submarines are going to be very exciting to manipulate because they can't be seen by other units, if I'm remembering correctly, until they're adjacent to them. So they're pseudo recon units in that regard, but they pack a hell of a strong punch with a ranged attack of 85 and a melee of 75. So even if Alexander has some type of unit in the ocean, we should be okay against it. If he's got great admirals, then maybe we'll be in trouble, but I doubt we have anything to worry about, really. I mean, we see over here he's sending his infantry into the ocean, and we've basically got that blocked off completely. So there's really nothing they're going to do. My guys are completely safe from any kind of ground assault from his mainland. He does have an AT crew, which is going to be a problem for our Ts. And when I say our T, I mean our tanks. But hey, I'm pretty sure you knew that. Now we've got fascism, and that's actually a better policy for us to switch to because it gives our units additional combat strength and it reduces war weariness. So we're going to switch on to that, and yeah, we'll change things around a bit. Accumulate 25% less war weariness than usual, plus 2 loyalty per turn for cities with a garrisoned unit. Sure. We can even accumulate less, and just so we can bring our war weariness accumulated down to basically nothing. But we also need to remember the financial policies that we had on. Rationalism, super important. We got to keep that. And the triangular trade. So everything is pretty much as it was because of the way the wildcard policies gave us that flexibility. And I think I can click confirm. But wait. No, I can't. Because I want to put on Grand Armée. It's a fancy E with the accent aigu or whatever. No, Lightning Warfare. That's the one. There we go. So we're done with boats for now. Lightning warfare. Our tanks are going to come out really fast. But we're in a dark age, which kind of stinks. And 2 arms, I think, is going to be beneficial to us because we're going to be killing stuff. Hopefully Macedon has a big enough army that we can take advantage of that. Now, we just finished our last 2 battleship armadas courtesy of the Venetian arsenal. So we're going to sail these guys around and... Whoa! Submarine. And you know, start doing work with them. And we can finally do improvements to this city. We'll get a research lab, shopping mall, power plant, just all the basic things that you want in a city. I'm going to start attacking the city with these battleships. This looks so intimidating to just have battleships rolling up on a city like this. And I'm also going to send this destroyer in to nom his artillery that is foolishly sailing around. Is that an instant kill? No, it is not, but it's very, very close. I'll bring our other destroyer around as well to start doing the same thing. So let's see how much damage we do to the districts. We've got a little bit of a combat advantage over them, so the damage is decent. It's not amazing, but as these guys get promoted, they've got a couple of promotions that increase their damage to districts, so future conflicts will be even easier for us. So we're taking a nice amount of damage from those district strikes. They hurt a lot, but the promotions that we get are going to be more than enough to heal us up every time we take damage. So I'm not going to stress that at all. The battleships take a lot more damage than the destroyers. Which is... I don't know if it's odd or not, but it seems kind of crappy. But we can pillage stuff to gain our health back, so that's a good thing. And we still have enough movement to fire, so that's even better. Once we take out these walls, it's pretty much just a walk in the park. And this salvo's given us the promotion, and the first promotion that we get increases our damage to districts. So yeah, in 2 turns, Alexandria's walls are going to be done, and we're going to be very happy. Now... a submarine shot the fuck out of my battleship over here. And I'm a little bit surprised at just how much damage it did. So we're just going to have to bring him back inside and put him to sleep. Because that seemed a little bit broken. I guess that's the counter unit, though. Because it's a rock, paper, scissors kind of thing in the Civ. And the battleship very clearly gets countered by the submarine. So I don't know what counters the submarine. I would assume a destroyer? Now, naval units are insanely powerful for the fact that they can pillage a tile, heal their health back, and fire in the same turn. I also just stole a Macedonian settler because he's an idiot, and I will take it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'll take it. I mean, it's basically ocean cavalry. All of the naval units, they can move around. They're super mobile in the seas. They pillage stuff like crazy, and they do a buttload of damage. They can even attack stuff on land. It's like, this is so crazy. It's so powerful. Now here we go, giving out the promotion to increase our combat strength versus districts by 7, excuse me, and the next one is increases combat strength versus districts by 10. So when we start attacking the main Macedonian cities over here, Alexandria in Aria and Pella, that's when we're going to be at our strongest. So that's pretty good. Now our Spec Ops. The scout that has survived from the ancient era has now put on some fatigues. He's got an M16, a rocket launcher on his back, sniper rifle just taking people out. Boom, headshot all the way. He gets to shoot and move in the same freaking turn. That's how gangsta he is. Oh, moving without roads, such a nightmare. Oh my god, I have never had so much trouble just trying to walk from point A to point B. It's like a freaking nightmare. I mean, like, hello, did they not know I was coming today? They should have just built a road for me. Oh man, these districts are powerful. I'm gonna run out of stuff to pillage eventually, so I've really got to hurry up my offensive, because this will get real dirty real fast if I start losing these boats. Can I attack the city with my destroyer? Yes, I can. They don't do a whole lot of damage to the walls, but I guess it's better than nothing. They are doing a lot of damage to the city. They're really chunking it down. I'm surprised that they're bypassing so much of the district defenses and hitting so hard, but no complaints. Now look at these shenanigans. Oh no, my battleship fleet is about to die. What is he gonna do? Pillage back to maximum. End attack. The dangers of improving coastal tiles. And just like that, the walls have fallen in Alexandria. So that city's going to be a piece of cake to finish off. Our Spec Ops nearly got one shot by the district attack, so we have to pull him away and get the great scientist to heal him as quickly as possible. Oh my god, like the other day I was walking through these marshes and I just kept stepping on these little grains of rice and they were getting in my shoes and it was so uncomfortable. You wouldn't even believe me. Surely if I told you how uncomfortable it was to walk through the rice fields, you would freak the F out. And just like that, the war was over and we lost the game. So obviously I'm skipping ahead a very, very large number of turns to the final verdict, and that is our defeat. But we lost not because we lost the battles or the wars. We ended up wiping Macedon off the face of the earth, but one of the AI civs beat us by 4 turns to the science victory condition. So essentially, the fact that we declared war and spent a couple of turns building military units was what ended up causing our overall defeat in the game, but we did a great job of manipulating Korea to the best of her abilities. The final verdict on her, you gotta have a great science output, great production, and as the tertiary requirement, you need to have a solid culture gain as well, so you can have the civics to complement your technologies. So with all of that said, we're going to wrap it up here by saying, as always, the name of the game is Civilization 6. The name of the channel is iBlueAirJGR. I'm going to start up a new civilization next week, and I'm going to try to learn the ins and outs of their playstyle in the same way I did with Sanduk and Genghis Khan before. So I hope you're enjoying this series where I just dive in and kind of experiment and mess around a bit. The marathon playthrough with Robert the Bruce is also coming back, so stay tuned for that. And last but certainly not least, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.